Good morning, everybody. I got a brand new, exciting recipe for you. It's my recipe for what I call a mouflée. And my mouflée is a cross between a muffin and a souffle. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need leftover mashed potatoes, flour, creamed corn, 7 extra large eggs, extra virgin olive oil, baking powder, half and half, salt, and this complete seasoning, black pepper, onion and garlic powder. The recipe will be on my blog, which will be in the description. So, here's how you do it. You whisk up your eggs, add your leftover mashed potatoes. You can either use homemade leftover mashed potatoes or the Bob Evans potatoes from the grocery store. Sorry about that. Did not realize my phone was like that. Then you whisk your potatoes and your eggs together. Normally I do this in my stand mixer, but I didn't feel like carrying that over here today. And that's what it looks like once you get those two together. Then you add your half and half. So you can get it open. You need about a cup and a half. There we go. Now, add your creamed corn. Now this is a frozen creamed corn I'm using, but you can use canned. I just like the frozen better because it's got whole kernels. If you use the canned, use a can of creamed corn and then a can of whole kernel corn. That way you get the corn texture. Now, this is where the exciting part comes. You get to start adding your seasonings. Like I said, the measurements will be on my recipe in the blog. Now this is coarse sea salt. Pepper went down my throat. And you need some baking powder. Twist that all in there. Just a little bit of my homemade seasoning in there. There we go. That'll give it a good extra flavor. Now, here's where you start adding your flour. Now, I sifted this through a fine mesh strainer, so it has to be sifted to work for this recipe. You don't want it too thick, but you don't want it too loose either. Now this will be a two-part video. This is how to prep everything for this recipe. The next video will be the completed product. Now you just keep adding the flour until you get the right thickness for this. Just a touch more flour, I think. I usually have like 2 cups worth of flour sifted, and I use whatever I need. Ah, perfect. Now, here's where the interesting part comes. Now, move all that out of my way. Oh, and you also need a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And what that does is it gives it a nice silky, spongy flavor. And it also helps so it doesn't stick to the pan. Now, I normally make these in muffin tins. And you can use, there's different size muffin tins. Like this, the regular size, or a little bit larger, or a little smaller. But most of the time I use this and make pancakes. They're really good as pancakes. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a batch in a muffin tin. Just make sure you spray your pan. Now these will rise, so don't fill it all the way up. Now this is a really good item for parties, because it's like a 2, maybe 3 bite thing. Especially if you make the smaller version. Perfect for parties. And you stick it in a 350-degree oven until bake at 350. Until a toothpick comes out clean. Now, like I said, you could also do it in this, especially if you're doing it for parties. These are like maybe a 2-bite thing. But I like doing this for pancakes. Pancakes are really, really good. The key is to make sure that the pan is well greased. And now, take the rest of it and make pancakes. And there you go. The second video will be the completion, the fully baked mouflees. So, we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, press the like, share the video, and press the notification button. And we'll see you in the next.